Hello, hello, hello. This is Kevin Epps here with Digital Brilliance Hour. Wanted to do a quick video really quick on how to use a lot of the different tools out there to understand OpenBOR. I know that we do tutorials, and I know that, I give out these tips and techniques and making understanding this great engine a little easier by explaining it in different ways. But there's some people that might need to they might want to go out and get information on their own and not have to wait on these videos to get that information. So I just wanted to share the different tools that I use personally to get a better understanding of OpenBOR, and when I'm trying to do techniques and new things, if I want to know if there's even a possibility to be able to do those things, these are the places that I go to get that information. So just wanted to do a quick video on that, because sometimes you can teach all that you want, but I would rather teach you how to also, doggone thing falling, I would also like to teach you how to search out your own information as well, because that's how we can truly build. So first off, I have the OpenBOR manual. So, and again, I'll put these links in the description here, but starting out with the manual, this is probably the first place that I go, right? And I want to kind of go through this manual to make it easier to understand and decipher. So, all right, so we'll get started. Got the general info. So we have these hyperlinks, these anchor links here that drop you down into the manual if you want to go to a certain section in the manual. So let me go ahead and explain these contents. So you just got the general info, the reason of OpenBOR and the context and the background of it. That's what the general info is. This part right here, getting started. So this is in relation to getting started with an actual already existing game. So, and I'm gonna show you where to find different games at. I'm gonna show you the main site, which is ChronoCrash. A lot of different information there, but I know it can get a little hard to understand at certain times if you're not careful, because there's so much. It's so technical. It is a very technical site. So as far as trying to understand it from a noob point of view, it might require just a little bit more study to understand what's being said on there. But getting started though, Pac File. This is in relation to if you already have a downloaded OpenBOR game. That's what Pac File. A Pac File is just a compressed file of the data folder, or the folder that houses all of the files and codes needed for your game. Usually when people ship out an OpenBOR title, they have the OpenBOR executable, and then they have a Pac file that's a compressed file. You save a lot of room where you compress the data folder or the main folder into this Pac file to ship with the game. And so when they run the game, they can load all the necessary files from this Pac file. So that's what this Pac file is. This is assuming that you have one. If you're starting a brand new game, you're not going to have one. But that's what this is in relation to. Models.txt. So this is everything. I know I did a quick tutorial on models.txt and what models are in our beginner tutorial or beginner course. But if you want to dig deep into what functions and attributes are available in this file, everything is listed here. So you got your generic player properties, generic blocking properties, select screen, miscellaneous attack types, and these are related to overall options and overall functions that embody the whole game itself. So you can apply, these are values that can be applied across the whole game, across the whole build. But this is where all of that is. Models.txt. Levels.txt, same idea. We got two different sections. We'll start with the general settings. So, this is where you are able to configure how your game is going to run. You can configure your stage complete screen, high score screen, the different fonts that you want to use in the game, how your HUD or your energy bar, where your energy bar and score and magic power bar, like all that. That's what your HUD is. Your I forgot the acronym definition, but it'll be shown here. It'll be shown if you click here. But that's where you can define that in this levels file. You can define the different music and sound effects across the board, and you got some miscellaneous stuff. Then you also have the levels. So when we're talking about game modes, this is what this is referring to. So the game modes, you got your header, which is all the different options that you want for your game mode. So if you want to put credits and number of lives, and if you can hit each other, like all those different options you can set up in the levels.txt file for the game mode. So that is what is considered the header, all those global configurations for that particular game mode. The body is the actual levels that are compiled for that game mode. So so all your cutscenes, all your stages, all your stage completes, your endings, all of that is considered your body. So these are the different functions that could be used to compile that body as well. All right, and so if we go now, life bar, so you can create a file called lifebar.txt in your data folder. This file just basically determines the colors and how your life bar and your magic power bar is going to look. That's all that does. So you can just determine your colors with that. Video.txt, we went over that in the tutorials, but video.txt, this is where everything related to that. So all your functions and all your parameters and all of that are discussed here. Menu.txt, same thing. Menu.txt is for your main menu and how you want certain things displayed in the front end, like when you first launch the game. So that is done here. We went over script.txt. Everything in relation to script.txt is here. So all your functions and all of that are here. This is what determines how much processing power basically that your advanced scripting has when you're going through this. So that's what this is for. All right, so now we're going into the entity file. So the entities are your models. Those are entities. So every entity, regardless if it's just a player, an enemy, an obstacle, an item, text, any of those, everything is going to be shown here. Everything in relation to how to build it out. Initially, this is your header data. So this is everything. I think I showed this in the character details page in OpenBORStats. That is pretty, like everything that's listed there in the details area. That's everything here. That's all this stuff. So you can affect everything you can about this player, about this entity model. Then you got the animation type. So you got the different animations that you can use. When you're trying to figure out what animations that you want to give a model, all of that can be everything that you have access to is discussed here. So you got non-attack, attack, and reaction. Then animation data. So you got things that you want to apply to different animations, like attack box, and then the frame properties and frame commands. When you start to get into advanced techniques, you can add certain functions to make a function run at a certain frame of an animation and stuff like that. So you have the header. So if you for instance, if you go into OpenBORStats, look at like attack 1, that's one of the different attack animations that you have access to. If you have attack 1, you have some initial functions and attributes that you can apply to it. Then the different frames and the commands and the properties for those frames and attack box and so forth. So everything about building out a model or an entity is here in this section. All right, we'll keep moving. Using weapons. This is in relation to if you and this can be done in many different ways. It's not just about using weapons. Like when you pick up a weapon, you can also use this for transformations. We use that in Ogre's Mayhem, where it's based off of anime characters, and a few of our characters already transform, but we're gonna probably have all of them do that. But right now, like Goku is one of the characters in our game, and Deku from My Hero Academia. They both transform. Luffy from One Piece, he transforms into his Gear 2. So he's able to you can use these to basically swap from one model to another model. That's what using weapons is. And this tells you, what you have access to, what functions and attributes and configurations you have access to. I don't know why everything want to fall. All right. That's what this is for. System files. System files is for the background files needed to, for the game to run. This is anything related to behind the scenes stuff, like for instance, your option screens, so to speak, like the amount of customizations that you see in your option screen, and we'll look at it. Cutscene files, we had a tutorial already on cutscenes. Oh, actually, no way, I haven't uploaded that yet. My bad. But so cutscenes, everything related to cutscenes. Select screens, you can create your own select screen files. You don't have to use the out of the box select screen. You can have your own and determine which characters can be available in that select screen. But yeah, the select screen, everything related to that is here. Then you got your levels files, the level design, and level objects. So this is in relation to the stage building tutorial that I did in the beginner tutorial. So everything with a different level, gives you everything you have access to. We only went over a few stuff, very minimal to at least get you started. But everything that you have available to you is listed here. So you got the level design. This is the introduction stuff, like the graphics, the backgrounds, and foregrounds, and everything you want to put to actually show the stage. And then you got your non-graphics, which are different customizations like music and sunlight and shadows, like all kinds of different things that you can do. That's discussed in this area. And then you have the objects, which is the spawning, all the different spawns that you're doing, and the different level objects like holes and walls, and things that you want to, the obstacles, and all of that. So you can spawn, and then the level objects and everything in relation to spawning and adding obstacles and walls and such. That's explained here. Everything you can use to do that. Then you got the music files. So this explains everything about music files and where they're located, how you can build them, the actual file type. Although I've already explained that they are BOR and OGG files. Then you got your sound files. It explains where those should be located in the sounds folder. Those are your sound effects. Explains that these are wave, uncompressed wave files. Translations. This is in relation to any translations you want to have in this engine. Don't know why I can't think of engine. All right, script. This is everything in relation to coding. You want to do advanced coding techniques. We'll be using a lot of this in our advanced tutorial. But yeah, so when you're wanting to do different things outside of the box and you want to build functions to make, like a player do something that you normally wouldn't do out of the box, this gives you everything you need. This is based off of C language. So it gives you everything, all the different functions and variable types and everything that you have access to be able to code things out. That's what this is for your scripting. Then you got some troubleshooting, other stuff, FAQ, and credits. So I'm interested in clicking on this translation and system files. I'm going to system files real quick. All right. Okay. These are the files. Right. I apologize. These are the files. Right. Okay. I think I explained it right, but these are your fonts and the main palette. So this is a flash type when you get hit. When a player or enemy gets hit, there's that little ding that gets shown up. That's what this flash is. And you got the different fonts that come with the engine, but you can create your own fonts, the different shadows. So there are two shadow types. There's one shadow that uses these shadows that you can create on your own, but there is another shadow type that uses the sprite as the background. It uses a sprite, and you can determine how to shift and mangle its shadow underneath it. And then you got the arrow when you are arrow going left and right. This is right, this is left. The arrow when you are fighting and you've stopped to beat all the enemies, and then there's an arrow telling you to move, to keep going. The high score screen, game over text and screen. This is pretty much a scene file, cutscene file. Then you got the stage complete, so you can actually change the stage complete files. So all of these different underbelly type files that keep the game moving, all of that is here. That's an example of that. So one, this is, again, sorry this is taking so long, but I kind of really wanted to go through this so it can be better explained and know what things are. That's your OpenBOR manual. So now let's go to ChronoCrash, because I said I was going to show you this site. All right. So I definitely recommend that you come here and create an account. I already have an account here, Digital Brilliance Hour, but I recommend you go ahead and create an account here so you can come here and, get access to people who have already created things. Also, I'm going to be uploading some videos as well to number one, show you how to take games that people have already built and share with each other and get ideas from those games. Usually they, like I said, package those games with Pac files, but there is a way to unpack those files to then see what they did, the tricks they did, and to make the game run the way it did, so you can, use it on your own. So yeah, they did a puzzle. We were doing something like that, but anyway, yeah. So so there are different types of games that people have built right off the bat that are displayed up here. We'll just do Street. I mean, everybody should know about Streets of Rage 2X. We'll do this one. Oh, this is okay. Oh, all right, my bad. So I thought these were actual games, but these are new posts. All right. So if we want to look at different games, let me just go through the site. So we got announcements. We got this vault, ChronoCrash file repository. So this is pretty much the download section. This is downloads, and they've kind of made it. I like how they changed that UI to point to this downloads, because a lot of people don't look at this left menu. So I'm glad at how they place this. But anyway, this is the vault. It also has MUGEN stuff here, but here's the OpenBOR. So if you want to get the different modules, the modules are what games are. So these are the different games that people have uploaded over there. This is the mod that I use for my tutorials. This is the base mod that I started off from. All right, but yeah, so here are different. I think Ogre's Mayhem right there. We'll keep going though. So let's start with, actually we'll just do Ogre's Mayhem. But I believe this points to, yeah, that's what I thought. All right, points to the Game Jolt page. All right, so we won't use that. We'll use, let's say, let me use modules. Go back to modules. We'll download. Let's just say Battletoads. All right, because it has a if it has a file size, that means the pack has been uploaded. So you click download it. So I'm just gonna download it real quick, so you can see. All right. All right, so now that that's done, and I'm doing all this real time. Okay, so let's look at one of these games that have been created, right? So logs, saves, and screenshots, they automatically get created when you run the game. They went on ahead and decided to load or to package this together with these folders, but you don't need them when you package the game. The only thing you really need, so you have the and actually let me just go ahead and unzip it real quick. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff on here, so let me find it. Here we go. Oh, whoops. There we go. I was wondering why it was so fast. All right, so if we open this up, so this is the main screen here. I think you can use this for, like, if you wanted to. Another thing, I don't want to mention this quite yet, but if I'll just say RetroPie. If you want to load it to your RetroPie, anything, you can use this image to do that. But anyway, all right. So what you really can send out and package is the OpenBOR engine. And actually, usually what we do, we kind of update the icon and then change the name so people understand what's what. But anyway, so you have the OpenBOR engine and the Pac file. If we open up the Pac file, here's the pack. And you can actually, I'll just do this real quick. I wasn't even planning on doing this, but I'll go ahead and do a new window. Go to owner, VBH game class. Now, do I have? War pack. Okay, so go back. And we'll put this here. All right, so we got board pack. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, move it over here, paste, and all I'm gonna do is just drag this over board pack. And what's this gonna do is gonna unpack everything. So now this is unpacking it into its data folder. So that's what's happening right now. So it's unpacking everything. And that's how you can actually look at files and see like you know, what did they do? Man, this is a cool effect that they did. Let's see how they did it. You know, and this community is very open because, you know, we really want to see people build their own ideas and take reuse. I mean, the coding world, all we do is reuse stuff. You know, we reuse and put our own spin on it. There's definitely a lot of plagiarism in coding, but it's welcome plagiarism because it takes things to the next level. But anyway, so now if we open up data, so we can see the different modes. So this is the folder structure of their data folder. So they have the BGS, the charts and modes, music, scenes, scripts, sounds, and sprites. So you go scripts. They have a level C. So there's some level manipulation that they're doing where they've added this additional script to add to the levels to make sure, you know, levels run the way they want it to run. But yeah, so this is the same type of file structure. So, but anyway, usually when you ship, you use the engine, and you actually have your own way to be able to build your own engine as well. But that's a totally different discussion. But OpenBOR and then the Pac file inside of the Pac folder. That's all you need, you know. But yeah, so I showed you how to extract it to be able to look at different games and figure out what they might have done. So those are the main ways that I use to get even more familiar with OpenBOR. I use this a lot, like a lot. I use OpenBOR Manual a lot because I have ideas. You know, when I'm working with the students, they have ideas and they ask questions. I'm like, let's see if we can do that. I think that journey part is the exciting part for me, and teaching people to go through this, because I mean that's what you're gonna have to do in the real world too. Like if you wanted to get a job being a programmer or a software engineer, you're gonna have to learn how to look up the documentation and look things up for yourself and determine, not just ask a question and wait for the answer. That you're not gonna last long if your superiors have to answer every question for you. They want you to be able to search things out. So this is having this bookmarked is key, and also having ChronoCrash, you know, linking up with other developers, other game developers, and the actual developers of the engine, the supporting cast of the engine. They're all here, so they respond to questions as well. So these are the two places I would use, right? So I know I said a quick video. I guess it wasn't all that quick, but I felt it was important to kind of go through it as well, instead of just showing you where to go and then, you know, making you fend for yourself. But anyway, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you soon. We hope you're learning what you can from these free tutorials. Again, if you feel you need more in-depth or extensive services or extra help with learning and getting the most out of this and don't want to wait on the videos, please feel free to join our DBH community for only $5. That doesn't mean you can't ask questions on here though. So if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to post those. Like and share this playlist for those who may need it. At the end of the day, we just want to help people build their engineering and coding skills to be efficient wherever they want to go. I'm Kevin. Appreciate you watching, and be brilliant. Peace.